We're setting up security cameras today, so this should be interesting. Good day, you beautiful people. Welcome to LAZADA's Tech, where we do tech in your house in style. Lol, yes, I said in your house because we're doing security cameras today. In this video, I'm gonna take you through the journey of picking out the security cameras, figuring out how to set it up, finally setting it up, and what these cameras can do. We're checking out some Reolink security cameras. Having eyes and seeing everything that's happening around my home has always been an idea that's appealed to me. But what really sold me was when I found out that security cameras these days have intercoms built in. That means that in theory, if I decided to put a security camera outside of my house on the front gate, I'd be able to talk to a delivery guy without me even going out to meet him or talk to him. Literal contactless deliveries. I was sold. But first, I had to figure out what cameras to set up. These are the cameras and stuff I ended with from Reolink. Don't worry, I'll explain all of these later. I wanted to set up cameras in the following places. 1, the front gate. 2, the house facade, basically where the front door is. Lanai 1, which is that area outside there. And Lanai number 2, which is, well, this area out here in front of this sliding door, where the dogs are. And now on to the cameras I picked out. First off is the Reolink Argus 2. Now this camera comes with a bunch of accessories, including patterns for drilling the mounts on the walls. There's a 24-hour surveillance sticker, and there is mount number 1 with this tree tie thing. I'll explain this in a tiny bit. The first mount that comes to this camera has this bottom, which you can detach. You can thread that tree tie thing through it, and voila! You don't have to drill holes on stuff so that you can mount the cameras. You can just tie this around, let's say, a tree or a post, and you're good to go. Honestly, I like this because this just makes it easier for someone like me to mount security cameras. Next up, you have the charging cord that's micro USB. You have this tiny tie keychain thing. I'll explain this too later. There's also this silicone case thing, which I'm assuming is for better weatherproofing and waterproofing. So this is the camera itself, and it's very well protected. Everything that ever has a slot, like for example the micro SD slot, is covered by the silicone cover. Same thing for the micro USB slot for charging on the back. Now this thing has a detachable battery, and this is mount number 2. You can screw this onto a wall and voila! You can move the camera around, adjust it to whatever angle you'd like. It's pretty useful, but also, yes folks, it's a magnet. That thing is attached by a magnet. And remember the tiny keychain thing? It's for tying the actual camera to the bottom of the magnetic mount so that you just feel safer that it won't fall off. Although, from experience, it takes a lot for it to fall off from that mount. So I got 3 of the Argus 2s, but I also got the Argus Eco. Now this thing looked like it was more apt for outdoor use. It came with the same pattern for mounting. There is one mount on this, and there is no magnetic mount. It has the same tree tie thing, which again, very useful. Now this particular camera has a different form factor. It's a little bigger. It looks a little more traditionally like what security cameras would be like. It's also powered by a micro SD card and a micro USB on the back. So those 2 cameras, the Argus Eco and the Argus Pro, are wireless, because if they're not wireless, like how do I even set it up? Like for example in this like outdoor area, like how even? I also decided on solar panels for each camera. Now, what I love about this is that these panels are compatible with any Reolink camera, so you won't have to worry. Everything is pretty straightforward. You have the panel, and then that has a long cord connected to it. You screw the mount on the back, and if you notice on that cord, there's sort of this rubber thing, and this is what that's for. Basically, plug it onto the cameras, and that means that this connection is now waterproof. Awesome. Now, I've never used solar panels before, and I imagined them to be bigger and bulkier, but they are not, as you can see here. This comes with that mount. Also, you can adjust it, and this time around you need to be screwing in the mount to the wall or wherever you're gonna put it. And setting up is really easy, so easy I was surprised at how easy it was. All you need to do is download the Reolink app, add camera, and scan that tiny barcode on the back of each camera. And then that will prompt you to scan a barcode on your phone using the security camera. You'll then be asked for a password and you're good to go.
Now it's time to mount the cameras. Now I did use the tree tie thing. It's just such an easy solution. As you can see for this camera, there were no holes drilled. It's literally tied to this little tube on here. I actually mounted this myself. It was pretty easy. And that's actually pretty sturdy. Yeah, so that is the Lanai camera up there. Perfect. We did have the other two cameras drilled on because we were gonna have the solar panels drilled on anyway, so we figured why not? So yeah, that's something to note. If you decide on the solar panels, they don't come with a tree tie thing, so you're gonna have to drill those. The Argus Eco on Lanai 1 is over there. We're looking Mac's little corner. Hi! Again, that is securely drilled right there. This camera we also screwed onto. I can go up there, but I'm not gonna go up there. You can see from the back where the solar panel is, and that's connected to the camera up front that's directly in front of our gate. Basically all screwed on, basically never having to charge this at all. So those three cameras we connected solar panels to. I'm not gonna show you the panels on the other two because they're mounted on top of the roof. Specifically, what you have to remember when mounting the solar panels is that they have to be at an area where the sun always shines. Solar panels, so that's how it works. It is worth it to know though that the wires on solar panels are super long, so it gives you enough leeway to do that. And how they're connected at the back, it's actually sealed, so you'd have no problems with the rain or whatever. I know because it has rained a couple of times and my cameras are still good. This one up front we just kept loose because it's harder to attach it to a solar panel, and it's gonna be easier to get to it and charge it where it's at with that magnetic mount, so there's that. So what can these cameras do? These cameras can be viewed from the Reolink app, and as you can see, this is each of those cameras. This is the facade live, and you can view it in a grid like this. All of them live right now. From here, you can change certain settings on the phone. You can change the quality of your video on here, like it does all those settings. What's another cool feature is this privacy mask. So for example, this is the scene that the camera is showing me. I can actually draw a rectangle to cover that. You have motion sensors on here. You can schedule that, turn that on or off. For example, there's a recording of when I fell on my butt and the camera got everything, even me limping back into the house. I'm not klutz, I'm sorry. So I programmed these cameras to send me push notifications every time there's movement. So that means I get alarms like this every now and then, and I can tap on it and then it brings me directly to the app. Remember the code we put in earlier? That is what you need to share camera. So if I tap share camera, it'll show you a QR code. Your family member need only to download the Reolink app, scan that code, and then input that password, and then that means they have access to the cameras. Record audio, meaning when I record the clips from the cameras, when it detects movement, there's audio. It's a pretty simple interface. I have all cameras here, and as you recall, I put in a card for each camera. Now you can also connect it to cloud storage. It does come with a free trial, and that means that anytime that you have something recorded, it uploads to the cloud. If in case, and I hope this doesn't happen, if in case, let's say someone steals your camera, you still have the footage on your cloud. We are at the front lanai now, so this is a button for sounds. You can hear barking in the background. From here, you can also take photos of whatever is happening on there, or randomly take video. So that's recording right now, and if I stop it, it's gonna save. And you can do full screen on this. That is the lanai right now, and these are, well, all the cameras. And like I said, my biggest selling point, you can even use them as intercoms. Yes, hi! See you! If you want to talk, all you really need to do is tap talk, and whoever is in this area can now hear what I'm saying. This little playback button is for all the times that the cameras have ever detected motion, and you can play it back. It gives you this sort of timeline. So at lunchtime today, why was it recording? Yeah, that was me going outside. And this is what it looks like when it's dark. There's no light out. As you can see, it just turns black and white. And yes, at 10 p.m. my brother was playing with the dogs. Another cool thing that you can do from the app are these scenes. So as you can see, I've set up 2 already, but you can basically name a new scene, add a unique icon, and then you can change all these different settings for each camera accordingly. So each time you pick that specific scene, you have programs the cameras to do specific things. And now I have eyes everywhere. But yeah, ever since I've had the security cameras installed, I've felt a little more secure in my home. Basically, peace of mind that I never thought I needed, which I got. I love that I've literally been able to do the contactless deliveries I've so long dreamed about. Okay, kanino po nakapangalan? Okay po, saglit lang. Admit it, it's really cool. And aside from that, something I never really thought about, I could chat with anyone at any part of the house where the cameras are at, even with just my phone. One thing that I didn't think I needed but actually now swear by would be the solar panels I got with these cameras. Now, these Reolink cameras are designed to last a long time with just the battery built with the camera. The one Argus 2 that I didn't connect to a solar panel, I've only needed to charge like once in a month and a half. I mean, I get that it's easy to charge it because of that magnetic mount, but fact still remains I have to charge it. Meantime, the 3 other cameras I've set up and connected to the solar panel just work. Without wires, without anything, they never stop working. If you've already decided in getting your home security cameras, good for you. But also, I would caution in picking the right type of cameras. For example, I wanted to get the Argus Eco thinking it was the best cameras for the front gate that we had. I mean, I don't know why I thought that. It really looked like the cameras I'd see in public, so that's why. And yes, the Argus Eco is a good camera for big spaces and outdoor spaces, but because of how our front gate was set up, I needed something that was more compact and gave me a wider perspective, which basically was the Argus 2. Tiny little things that you have to sort of figure out when setting up a security system. What actually helped me was that on the Reolink website, they have this table of what cameras are available and what they do. As for me, I defaulted to Argus 2 because it is a very versatile device. It's small, it's compact, and it basically does most things that those bigger outdoor cameras do. Right, that's it for today. Let me know how you like this video. Moving forward, I have been thinking of doing more smart home content. Very fitting for today's time because with everything that's going on out there in the world, it's looking like we're gonna have to be staying indoors for way longer. But yeah, let me know what you think about these cameras as well. I will link them down below. If you want to see how I use my tech on a daily basis, find me online. That's LAZADA _ on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Until next time!